Okay, we're live. Happy New Year. Oh my
Happy New
goodness.
Year.
Happy New Year, honey. Oh, Happy New Year, everyone. Oh, I can hear myself back from your speaker, sweetheart. What's up, you guys? Let us know when you're here. Happy 2024. We're so happy to have you. Oh my goodness. We have some massive updates today. Mass AI up. Maybe I'm hearing myself back from here. Okay. Massive mass AI updates. Okay. This app has come so far. We're going to reflect on the year a little bit. We're going to talk about most importantly, the future. And Christian and I have just crossed over 7 figures. So
Yeah.
as you can imagine, we're super excited because that's a monumental moment, especially when you've been in the game for a long time. And we just want to celebrate with you guys because it's been the most phenomenal year. Mass AI is really the reason why business got so much easier this year, and we can talk about some of those tangible results. And if you guys have questions, we'll be happy to answer them here because we want to make sure that you are hitting your next level goals in the new year, and we want to unpack all of that with you. Take a moment to celebrate. Cheers in the new year. What a monumental day to hit it too, right, Christian?
Yeah, crazy.
And then also, Christian's got a ton of amazing Mass AI updates for everyone.
Yeah, welcome to the live.
I don't have any sound. Oh my goodness.
I don't.
Oh wait, hold on. It's because I turned it down. Let me see. Talk.
I don't have any sound.
Okay, you do.
Okay.
It's me being crazy with my speaker. I'm sorry about that.
Yeah, welcome everyone. So this live video, I hope brings you a level of insight. If you're growing online business as a coach, as an agency owner, whatever it is, any type of online business, I hope this video brings you some insight that can save you a huge amount of time and make you a lot more money faster. And so we'll cover some of the lessons learned hitting 7 figures in our business.
Ooh, yes.
And also some of the bigger breakthroughs that we've had recently in regards to if you're doing any type of marketing online, this will definitely help quite a bit. And then the other thing I want to cover is some of the crazy updates that we have coming with Mass AI and how it's going to shift everything that we're doing in a really positive way, very exciting way for our clients, for our partners, and for everyone coming into the future. I think that this is going to be something that you will be really excited about.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so where do you want to start, honey? What's up, you
Yeah.
guys? We see you there. Happy New Year. Feeling the good vibes today.
So let's talk about, wins
What's up, Andy?
just for a second. Let's talk about wins from last year. What were the big wins that you found from last year? I'll share
Okay,
some of mine with you.
okay. For anyone, by the way, Christian and I did not script this out. So this is real raw conversation, right? So just so you know, like I don't have a list of things, but I did something really cool that I would encourage everyone to do. If we're not friends on Facebook, if we're friends in groups, send me a friend request. I made Facebook stories. My Instagram and my Facebook are connected. I made Instagram stories yesterday. That's been a strategy I've used for many years. Make stories in Instagram, autosave to Facebook, like the little golden nuggets of how we make life easier. We're streaming to 10 places at once, another golden nugget. Okay. So I made my stories yesterday, a reflection on every month of the year. I had a monumental year, and it's really cool when you look back and you go, oh, in January we launched this. In January we did this. Here was the win. February was hard. March got easier. April was hard again. Like whatever that journey's been like for you, go celebrate it with your audience and remind them, oh, that's when we did the Crush Black Friday challenge. Oh, that's when we launched Quantum Goddess, right? Like, and your audience goes, oh, I was there for that. Amazing. Like, and it's a really cool, fun thing to do.
Yeah,
and
that's
so
really cool.
when you ask me what happened, what are my wins for the year? It goes all the way back to a moment in time in January. I was on a cruise with my mom. My mom and I are making it a what do you call it? Thing you do every year?
Annual.
There's another word for it. Like
Annual.
no, that's not it. It's like a thing you do every Christmas or whatever.
Tradition?
Somebody type it. A tradition. Yeah, thank you. So now it's the tradition we're going on a cruise in next week. We went on a cruise last year in January, and there was a monumental moment for me because when we rung in the new year last year, I remember thinking, what I want more than anything is consistent, automatic monthly revenue and like more hands off sales. Okay. So
Yes.
your wish is my command. Seriously. Within the next 2 months, we had a few. I need to look back at the exact day that it started and ended. But in the very first part of the year, we had 40 plus high ticket sales with no sales calls straight from content because
Yeah.
Mass AI launched. And so in January, I was on a cruise. I remember I made this funny picture. I was laying in my bed on the cruise, hot mess. I sat up and my hair was everywhere. And I took a shot and it felt a little vulnerable. But I wrote a post about it because I was like, I'm in my bed on a cruise with hardly any Wi Fi and we're getting consistent sales without selling. And I was
Ooh,
like, this is the life right
yeah.
here. And so that was like first huge win of the year. And
Let's stop right there for a minute.
okay, let's do it.
Let's break that down because I know that there's a lot of people wondering the strategy behind that and like how you can actually do that. And so I'm going to
Mm,
break it down for you. We actually released something that we're going to re-release again at the end of the month this month called the AI Offers Blueprint, where we discussed how we partner with influencers. And this was us doing it last year. And I know that this was emerging as a trend inside of our industry, like with agency owners and coaches this year, or not this year, but the end of 2023.
Mhm.
Recently,
Yeah.
it's called Growth Partner. It's a growth partner collaboration. And
Mhm.
so we're really going to hone in on this growth partner collaboration where you can find an influencer that may not have the offer that you have. And if you're a high ticket coach, especially in this area where you know how to do high ticket sales, you know all the ins and outs of that, well, you can easily partner with creators that have a huge audience because for us, we're so focused on building offers and doing copy and doing this, doing that. We forget about the audience side so much. And like usually we'll do paid ads to do that. But there's people out there that have audiences that are massive. And so if you can provide an ecosystem for them to bring that audience through and a sales system for them to deploy to go into low ticket or high ticket, you can shortcut the path of consistent and automatic high ticket enrollments. And so that's
Mhm.
kind of what we did. We partnered with
Mhm.
an influencer, we built an ecosystem, we built an automation, and we were able to do, I think, about 30 high ticket clients in one single webinar or one single session. And
Yeah,
then
like
that
live
dripped through
virtual
probably
virtual.
like another 20 high ticket clients, just automating the process. And so this is incredibly powerful. And it was one of the reasons why we went from around 10 to 20 high ticket clients per year into 100 high ticket clients
So
this
that's
last year.
another win. It was our
Yeah,
first year serving over 100 high ticket clients.
right. Over 100
Let's
or
celebrate that too.
over 100 or around 100. I don't know exactly the number, but it's right there. We were able to go from about 10 to 20 clients per year into about 100 clients per year. Now, obviously, you have to have back end systems to be able to fulfill at that level too. And that's kind of where we've been working through this year to dial in those back end systems. And this year, we're going to go from 100 per year to 100 per quarter. And that's the
Okay.
goal. We're going to do
4x.
400 clients this coming year. We're also simultaneously bumping our prices up. Now, if we were to, number one, enroll at a higher price point. So let's say like a 5K or 6K or even like an 8K or 10K price point, we would have easily cleared 1 million per year. Right.
What are you saying? Hold on. I don't want you to confuse anybody because we
Yeah.
were selling high ticket. So what
We
are
were
you
selling
saying?
high ticket, but we started out at about 3,700.
Yeah.
Right. But if we were
So what you're
selling it,
saying is that all year, if we had done 10K plus,
yeah,
think
then
about what our
we
revenue
would
would
have
have
cleared a million this year only. Right. Or
been
2023.
within 1 year.
That's a different sales process, but you can have the support channels to do that with automation working in the background a lot better. And so the first key tip here is number one, you can get when it comes out, because we're building a influencer automated outbound messaging system that will get influencers attention, show them what we can do for them, and then partner with them and build the growth partnership in the background. We're going to be doing that starting this month, and we're going to be refining this automation. So look out for that coming in the future. But what I'm saying is one of the shortcuts to going from 10 to 20 clients per year into higher levels, 60, 70, 80, 100 clients per year, is to use growth partnerships and automation. And so we're highly focused on that model this year coming 2024. Highly
Woohoo.
focused on that. And then the cool part is having something like what we have now, Mass AI, where we can do a lot of the fulfillment with those clients using Mass AI to shortcut the fulfillment process. And that way we can handle that influx, right? So it's important to have those two things in place. And that's why we created at the beginning or the end of the first quarter, the AI offers blueprint. So that's big win and big tip number one. I want
Okay.
to share with you, and she's gonna break this down for you as well, where we went wrong and how we're moving into this new model of doing events to enroll at scale, and some of the things that if we would have nailed this, what we discovered over the last couple of weeks, we would have seriously like crushed
Oh, you're gonna ask me
2023.
to share that? I love that
Bits and
topic.
pieces of it. Bits and
Okay.
pieces of it. They could find
Yeah.
the real training.
Little pieces.
They'll send you a DM or something and get the real training. But let's cover a little bit about that. So we found one of the biggest problems with doing a Fast Nurture live event. And what I mean by that is either a webinar, a workshop, or some type of Fast Nurture environment where what we do with our sales system is we get the leads to come into our group or come in through a SLO, self-liquidating offer, low ticket offer. And then we do an event with that particular group of people. And then from that event, we enroll high ticket, right? And so that could be a webinar, that could be a challenge, that could be a
Workshop.
masterclass or a workshop, right? So a lot of different ways. We found a golden nugget when it comes to this. And this is where we're moving in 2024 to do this. And I want to share this with you right now so you can deploy it too. And Amber, you're going to share your brilliance on this.
Okay.
Because we learned this recently and we kind of understood it, internalized it, and brought it through our own filters and realized, whoa, this is super powerful stuff. So this has to do with not your niche, but your niche type. Write that down, your niche type, because you might have a niche, let's say coaches. Inside of that niche, you have 3 different types of people. And so we were doing workshops blindly, or we were doing webinars blindly.
It wasn't blindly, but we missed something that you would never see. And most people don't know it. And so they do it wrong too. And if you've filled events and not gotten the conversions that you want, and you wondered, how the heck are these people filling these events with a few hundred people and just like absolutely crushing sales to groups, like to one-to-many sales? This is the one connector thing that you would never even think that you didn't even know.
The reverse of that's true also. So we did a webinar, crushed it, right? It was like, whoa, this is crazy. We found our groove. We found our sales system. Let's not change anything. We did the same exact webinar to a different group of people. Chirps, right? Nothing. It was crickets. Why is that? And this is the same thing that happened. We recently had a conversation with an amazing individual who's coming onto our team. He was working with another coach at the time, and he said her business was exploding. And all of a sudden, it just kind of took a tank. Like she thought that there was something wrong with the offer, yada, yada, yada.
Yep.
And so we're like,
everyone's been there. Anyone in the game has been there before. Let's be
real. Found it. We found the reason why. And I want to share that with you, or Amber and I are going to share that with you, because Amber has taken this to a really great level. And we learned this recently. We're like, whoa, this is like crazy, crazy good. So what this comes down to is your niche type. Okay. You might think that you have a niche, but more importantly, you have a niche type. If you get the type right, you can apply this to practically any niche. So it's like the type overrides the niche. What this means is the psychology of that group of individuals, or even like sociology of the group of individuals. And so how they are socially adapting and what are they doing socially. And so there's 3 different.
You may have heard this described before as like sophistication level.
Yeah,
That term,
it's not that
but
though. It's
just to give, well, we're going to tell them what it is in a minute, but we're telling them about what we're about to tell them. And I want them to kind of get an understanding, right? We're not talking about like the niche. We're talking about the thought process, the desire,
the
and a
thought
very,
process that goes through that particular group of individuals. So instead of thinking like to try to sell one individual, right?
yeah,
If you can sell a group of individuals, that's way more powerful.
like an
And
archetype
this
almost.
allows you to tap into that ability.
Yeah.
So the niche is important, right? That's a given, but you can override the niche by going to the type of person that collective group of people are typically. There's
Yep.
different levels to this, but broken down, Amber has a really, really great kind of acronym for this and amazing breakdown on this. So I'm going to pass it over to Amber.
Thank you.
And then I'll pick it up and I'll show you what we discovered with live events. If you're doing one-to-many sales, which I highly recommend, a lot faster growth, a lot more time to work on fulfillment, like a lot less time involved with sales, all the
And delivery.
benefits. But doing it like this is the key to knocking it out of the park, like we did on the first one. So Amber,
Knowing this information is
knowing
what
this
makes the
information.
difference. Knowing this information makes a huge difference. So thank you. I'm glad you asked me to share this. Let me share my screen.
Let's not get too technical. Let's just go into like kind of what it is. And then we were going over this
Okay. So
with an amazing individual, and we kind of like understood where
how
our kind of view on this fits in, and that's what we're sharing with you right now.
Okay, so keep me on track. We'll go like 5 minutes on this because I know you want to cover lessons and wins from the year. So
Yeah, sure.
just interrupt me in 5 minutes if if I haven't finished, okay? Because this will just give you guys a super quick overview. Okay, this is called Ask the Market. Now this is huge, really, really, really huge.
Can't see your screen. It's super small.
I'm
Okay.
what do you call it? Zooming in. Ask the Market training with myself. It's an acronym for attention, skill, and knowledge. Okay. Your audience, this is about what your audience is desiring or seeking, right? That's why it's not their niche specifically, it's what they desire.
It's a type.
It's a type of person. There's positive and negatives in both. And when I give this training, it can sound a little bit like I'm bashing people. So I want you to know right out the gate, explaining the negatives in a exaggerated way is just for the purpose so that you can see this person almost like a cartoon character in your mind, so that when you're on social media you could recognize this type of personality. And I want you to know something going into it. We all have all of these. So as I share these traits with you, you have all of them, I have all of them, but we have different levels of each. Okay, so I'm going to give you some of the standout features so you can analyze and go, oh, my audience is full of the attention seeking type of person, the skill seeking type of person, or the knowledge seeking. So ASK stands for attention, skill, and knowledge. Attention is the get rich quick market, the get slim quick market, the magic pill, the I want to lose 20 pounds yesterday, get a fast result with little work or effort. They're driven by status. They sometimes can have a low value for themselves. And it doesn't have to be like some deep, dark reason. It can be they're young and they're new in the industry. Think like Gary Vee's audience and the types of questions that they ask.
Grant Cardone.
How do I get the fastest 100K? And they're like 20 years old. The only reason there's a low value is that they just don't have much knowledge yet. And that's what that part means. They don't want to put in a lot of effort. Sometimes they use bloated. Yes.
They also can have a lot of knowledge or can be looked at as experts in their craft.
Yeah. Yeah. This is an exaggeration just for like, so you can see this person in your mind. Okay.
Mhm.
This is sometimes exaggerating the negative really makes it kind of obvious. So you can see what market you have. Is your Facebook profile full of A, S, or K type people? Okay. Because when you know it and you promote an offer that fits in with that congruently, that's when your sales explode. And when you know this, and you analyze your audience and you present one to many in live events or virtual events, this is when you convert like crazy. Because if you have an attention seeking audience and you have an attention based offer, they are congruent. And that's the purpose of this. So I'm going really fast.
So
okay.
What does this mean? Attention means that they desire attention, right?
Right. Like status driven.
Right. So like if you are speaking the language of anything that brings attention, money, Lambos, the Gary
Traveling the
Vee or like
world.
the Grant Cardone type of archetype,
Yeah.
or even Tate, Andrew Tate, that type of archetype is going to be the people that desire attention are going to be magnetized towards that, right?
Yep. Yep.
Okay, cool.
Flashy marketing, Lambo, testimonial driven sales, shallow depth, very little connection. Sometimes a lot of fear-based marketing like FOMO, buy this now, it's on sale now, you better buy it now, you're going to totally miss out, you'll never be successful, right? Heavy scarcity, you can't be successful without this course, so you need to buy my course. Not necessarily a low ticket market, but more the market of I have the answer and you need it and you better come and get it. That's the vibe. Okay.
Yep.
This is a little bit irrelevant, but it's true. Most likely to run chargebacks, right? Sometimes you're running like a rapid low ticket offer. It's just another piece of information. Low level of communication, right? They buy everything, they don't always use it. And it's, again, kind of inflated negativity, but there's a ton of positivity about this market too. And when you know this is who's in your market and your offer's congruent with what they want, it will sell like crazy. And again, no judgment, just positive and negative. Okay. So keeping myself on track, I'm going really fast. I want you to know something. I have a full hour training on this. If you want it, message me. It's inside of 2 of our programs and we can talk about that.
Yep.
Next is skill. This is the person that's established and capable, but missing something. They're willing to do the work and gain the skill. When coaches say, I'm going to elevate my messaging and I'm going to talk to a higher level person, what they often do is they start talking to the skill-based market, someone who's made money and just wants to get better, takes personal responsibility, will do whatever it takes to grow their business, very responsible, committed, blah, blah, blah. But then they don't realize this is the most skeptical market. And yes, they have money, but they're less apt to spend it. These are the type of people that are wanting to get on like another sales call or want to talk again and make sure and find out all the details like 10 times to like give me the rights to your firstborn child, right? And it's okay. We all have all of this in us. It's just that we've elevated out of that I want to be seen and heard. Look at me, fast money, into like, I know what I'm doing. I've bought some things. Now I know not everything works like magic. And I want to make sure I'm not buying something else that won't work, because that's the industry that we're in. Not everybody's going to get results with every single thing that they buy.
But they also want to develop a skill that would bring them to the next level.
Yeah.
And they're willing to pay for it, but they're super skeptical. Mm-hmm. And they can rightfully skeptical because they want to know if they can actually do it.
Right.
If you think about the mindset behind this, they want to know that they could actually do this.
Yep. So if you elevate your marketing and all of a sudden your offer is not selling like it was before, chances are you're talking to a skill-based market, but you have a bunch of attention-based clients in your audience. So they're not congruent and you're going to keep missing the mark. It happens a lot because as coaches scale, they become more skill market. If you're that way, you're going to talk that way. But your audience.
Let's break this down for a minute, because this was where we went wrong in our webinar. Right. And so golden nugget here, go ahead and write this one down. If you're doing webinars, you're likely almost like 90% certain that you're dealing with an attention focused market. And that was our big breakthrough last year, is we realized webinars are for attention based types, right? So the type behind that, the people that show up to webinars, they're going to show up. If you streamline this process and you're flashy around your webinar, and you talk why messaging instead of how to messaging, this is going to magnetize the webinar and make the webinar convert a lot better. And that's why our first webinar, when we crushed it and did 30 enrollments from one webinar, high ticket, we were focused on the attention market and we were using why messaging forward.
Yeah, we were in the attention market with an attention offer. That sold like hotcakes and kept selling like crazy with hands off, no sales calls, just nuts, because it was attention-based market and an attention offer. The offer was positioned the right way.
And then we went into, it was actually a larger audience, but we went into how to and no sales.
So the second webinar, we started speaking skill, and we didn't realize we were still in an attention market, and we didn't close sales.
It was tough.
Isn't that nuts? That is nuts.
It's
And
nuts.
it's simply because we changed the messaging. And guess what? Can you guys guess what kind of event a skill-based market responds to? If they're looking for the how-to, they're looking to gain the skill, they're committed to finding the right outcome. They want to know for sure before they buy. What do you
Anybody
think?
guess?
A little bit longer workshop. Makes sense.
So the difference
5-day
between a webinar,
challenge.
the difference between a webinar or a webinar versus pretty much everything else would be webinars work with attention-based types market. Workshops, challenges, masterclass work with skill-based types markets. And so it doesn't matter the niche. If you're doing attention with a skill-based market, it's not going to work. And if you're doing skill with attention-based market, it's not going to work. And the same thing for the third category, which is the least common out of all of them, but it's the knowledge one. And so this is really, really, really important.
This is a golden nugget that could change your whole year. I mean, this really can. Who paid attention, who gets it? So this might go over some heads. Who got it? Tell me in the comments if that makes sense to you, because some of the best entrepreneurs that I have spoken to, that just blows their mind. And I'll tell you what, me too, because it is so insanely effective, right? You guys are picking it up what we're putting down. I love it. So I'm glad we got to give you a little bit of value there. If you're inside MRR or MAS, the longer hour-long training is already inside that group. I went over it on Thursday. Go and watch the whole thing, digest it, and make sure your offer is congruent with your current market. Because guess what? You really need to look at who's in your market. There's two things you can do. When you find out if they're not congruent, you can either make a new offer for your current audience, or you can grow an audience for your current offer, and you get to choose. And I also went over that in the longer training. Okay.
Nice. I love it. That's amazing. Let me break down one thing. So where are we going in 2024, and how are we using this model to quadruple sales and take our business from right now cracking the 7-figure mark into consistent 7-figure plus years annually ARR, right? And I would say we're on track to do, based off of our numbers and stuff, we're going to probably hit anywhere between 2 million and 4 million ARR. How are we going to do that? Well, we're going to obviously streamline our sales processes to fit these markets, right? So we're going to launch a webinar one time per month and a workshop one time per month.
Why do you guys think we're doing that? Based on the last 5 minutes, we're doing a webinar and a workshop.
Same topics, same thing that we cover, messaging totally different.
Isn't that amazing? You guys get it? It's pretty obvious once this stuff is revealed. You can't unsee this stuff, right?
So we're going to do the same topic. Every month we'll have a topic. We'll go over that topic, right? This last month we did lead magnets, and we're moving into offers coming next. We're going to do a webinar about offers and like high ticket offers, why messaging, lower sophistication level, attention-based market or attention type. Then we're going to go into how to and do a workshop around that, which is going to be more skill-based, right? And obviously driving a huge amount of traffic, but 2 different types of messaging, almost the same exact mechanism, type, all
same topic,
funnels, all of that stuff. But the messaging will slightly tweak, and it will go more focus on attention, more focus on skill.
I'm so stoked. Okay, perfect. So that, Christian, is that's a big win going forward. And also, we can also say, so you asked about wins and losses of the year, right? Yep. So the biggest loss of the year was that second webinar we did that we missed the mark on what we just taught. That was our biggest loss of 2023. Massive live event, 1,000 people registered or something like that. Live virtual event. And
1,000 people registered
because we tweaked into the skill messaging for the attention market. That was the biggest loss of the year.
And it's funny because the yeah, I was gonna say something interesting about that, but I'll keep it private.
Hey,
uh,
all we can do is improve, right?
yeah, yeah.
That's the truth. We're here to improve. So
So
I'm
yeah,
here.
so let's so hopefully that's helpful for you guys in terms of, you know, understanding, like, if especially if you had something that was selling really good and you're
Yeah.
like, what the heck happened? Why isn't it selling anymore? Or if you have something that's really good, you know it's a really good offer, and you're like, what's wrong with the messaging? Why isn't it hitting? Have a look at your audience or the audience that you want to bring in and make sure that you're focused on those two, you know, types.
Yeah, just
'Cause-
FYI, in case for those who are like super curious, the knowledge one is not very common. They're typically struggling a lot, need a solution immediately, but tend to have more of a victim mentality where they don't think anything will work for them, anyways. Okay. And that's why I didn't dive too deep into that.
Mhm.
But you can learn more about it if you'd like. Just message me. I just wanted to show you because I think people are like, well, what was the last one? You know? So
Yep.
close that loop there for you in case you're super curious. The chance of your market being that is very slim.
Cool.
Yeah.
Wanted to
Okay.
do
So Chris,
updates on
I
mass,
want to.
but
Can I ask you what you thought the biggest win and loss was, or are you like right there with me on the
yeah,
same?
I'm there with you. I think the biggest win was definitely that moving into momentum with mass, not giving up on AI when we saw a lot of people give up or see it
Mm,
as like
mhm.
a a thing
Going.
that kind of like a trend or something like that. We still kept with it and we will continue to keep with it because we're building something just insane. And
Right, and we saw that there were, like, 24 months to, like, really nail and drive the stake in the ground as a leader in the AI space, and we went all in on that.
yep.
I mean, we invested in the domain this year.
Oh, you guys want to hear
We
something
invested in
crazy?
the dev t Is that your big win? We invested in the
Yeah.
domain. Holy
So
cow.
check this out. We acquired mass.ai, and that was a $80,000 purchase for a domain. We were just like, we have to have that. It fits our brand totally, and we're not going anywhere, you know. So we need to acquire, and so we acquired. It was 80 grand to do that, and that was a little crazy for a domain. But I'm so glad we did it because our it's just exploding, and
Yeah,
we're
it's
moving
perfect
into
branding for us.
a really powerful position because we are building. And here's another thing I thought of too. I think we are one of the few, or I'm sure there's a lot of people out there, but one of the few that's in our space that I think are testing extremely hard, testing all kinds of ideas with AI. So the more that you test,
Like building new features too.
building new
Oh,
features and
yeah.
building new automations and building new things using AI to help with business, the more that you test, the more that you can remove, right? So you can get rid of the things that don't work, and the more that you can refine on the things that do work. And so
Totally.
we're testing
Testing fast.
extremely
Testing, like,
hard.
nonstop testing
Yep. And
and
so
improvement.
we can do another video. We'll cut this video. We'll hop back on for another video with mass updates too.
Okay.
Probably right after this if you want to. But that way there's two separate videos. But we're testing so much with AI, even abstract things like we just built this lead magnet system that will build lead magnets for any type of offer, any type of niche. The messaging's dialed in, the system's dialed in, all that type of stuff. It's nearly 100% automated. It's like 80%, something like that. To get it 100% automated, it's impossible, and that's what I was trying to do. And I was testing seriously hundreds of hours of testing involved with this,
Yep.
but I found that you can't 100% automate that without compromising the lead magnet. So what we found was we remove any type of compromise and we add a human level of experience with that. And you could actually get a really, really good lead magnet, also something that drives a lot of sales really quickly. And then we built the whole infrastructure to build a lead magnet, training on how to use it, how to build your nurturing systems, how to take the lead magnet into sales, all of that. And we're about to launch this offer. That's one of the things that we're launching tomorrow as a something for
Oh,
us and something for our partners. and we will be doing some really big numbers with this system. So I'm really excited about that. And that moves us into creating the next stage, which is all about offers, building AI offers and how to use AI to, build offers.
January is about offers, right?
Yep.
January 2024 is all about offers.
Yep. So
I don't want to forget to mention, I don't want to cut you off either.
no, it's cool.
I want to talk about the short form video editor that
We'll
we're
do that on
building.
the next video. We'll cut this video because this is more like
Okay, then
wins and
this
what
is
we
wins and some value on how to amplify your 2024. Hopefully, you guys really understand that market congruency. It will blow your mind. Like,
Yeah.
please don't sleep on this topic.
Yeah, for
So
sure.
let's finish talking about wins and losses, mistakes, and things we'll bring in to the new year, things we won't. Because yeah, you're right. There was more to talk about on this.
Yeah,
than
so
I thought.
where we're going with
Scaling the dev
2024.
team was huge.
Yeah, we scaled the dev team.
Scaling our
Let's
home-
that's okay. We won't talk about that. It's boring stuff. But let's talk about
it's not
and
boring.
if you want me to share our new funnel, how we're gonna scale with ads and automation. Because that's a
Okay.
big piece of what we're doing too. So I'll share our new funnel with you. Here.
Hit present at the bottom.
Oh, I lost the screen. Where is it at?
Lamont says, I like boring. Well, while you find the screen, here's what I want to say. I want to honor our team.
Here we go.
Because we literally, everything like business and life. Oh, we got a really cool spot. We built the studio, like a lot more than we think happened this year, right? We invested in ourselves. We've gotten closer as a couple. We've figured out a way to like really connect and spend more time with one another because we were grinding on business for years, like literally grinding. Our team.
Yeah.
So there's two things I want to mention real quick before you share that. And one is about multiple different industries and one's about our team. So real quick, with our team, we have brought on some of the most amazing individuals. You guys, we love you so much. We know that you know that, and we tell you all the time, but we could not have done what we did in 2023 without you. It is just an absolute joy working with you guys. And we know that you make us so, it makes us so happy to know that you're there. And
Yeah,
so each and every one of you, team members that were already on board and new teammates that came on this year, even up to last week, like we've just been growing and meeting the most perfect fit people who come to us. And it's like it's the divine intervention of like exactly who we need on the team. And you guys, like, I trust you and love you so much. And I speak for us both. We are going to explode, and just 2024 is going to be huge. That's one thing I really want to honor.
A lot of fun. A lot of fun.
Number
Not
two,
just big, but a lot of fun.
Number two, before I forget, this strategy, the ASK method, works for all industries. Okay. So I know that I'm a network marketer magnet because it's a industry that I love. And if it wasn't for that, Christian, we wouldn't be where we're at today in coaching at all. So I want to honor that industry. And I want to also say, if you're tuning in and you know we're high ticket coaches and we're talking a lot about high ticket, I want your mental juices to flow and go, oh, I can also speak MLM to the knowledge base, the skill, or the attention market, right? Join my MLM, let's make money, earn your car bonus, blah, 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 blah. That is attention market. Yeah. The other side of it, which could be health or whatever niche you're in, that's when you're getting into the skill. And well, it just depends. There's the quick weight loss market too. So think about it. Just think about who's in your audience. What do they want? A fast result, or are they higher level thinkers? They want like a long-term result, willing to do work versus not willing to do work. I just want to point out, this is not just for high ticket. It could work for anything.
Yeah, any offer.
All right. You want to share something, Christian?
Yeah. So here's our funnel. Here's the new funnel for our lead magnet system. And this is going live tomorrow. It's something that we are building the back end for at the moment, but it's a really solid funnel. And we had a lot of good success with this funnel not long ago. So
Middle of the year.
yeah, so we're deploying this, and I just wanted to share that with you guys.
Christian, Anna asked the coolest question, which I
Yeah, what's
forgot
up?
to talk about. Ooh, will the software Mass AI help us target ask-focused prospects and clients?
Working on that. Working on that.
Yeah.
Some of the new
You're
things.
a mind reader, Anna.
Good question. One of the things that we're building into the system, or as we roll out the new UI UX, we'll talk about this
User
on the next video.
interface.
As we roll out the new UI UX, we are rolling out the ability to get into deploy your campaigns based on specific criterias. So the criteria being, are they attention forward? Is it attention forward market? Yes. Click that criteria. Boom. It adjusts the entire build for that particular type, right? Or is it a macro type offer where you're where you're talking about in your result a macro, like the biggest desire that they can have? Yes, you click that, it updates it throughout the entire campaign, right? So that would be more attention focused as well. Or is it written in the first, second, or third person? Right? So you'll be able to toggle like first person, and it'll write your content in the first person.
That's so sweet.
It'll write your content in the second person or the third person, or potentially a combination of both. And so those are things that we're looking at, and like we're doing a lot of testing on that, and we're trying to, deploy it into the system where when it disrupt things and like jeopardize content or jeopardize copy, but also bring it into the system where it's really quick.
Awesome.
So
Okay.
yeah, we're doing stuff like that. We're testing it.
Okay.
It's later on in the roadmap.
Like in the next couple months or so?
Yeah.
Okay. Perfect. So, any other I know you want to do a separate video for mass updates.
Yeah, I do.
Just to keep it like super tech focused and not like mix things up. Yeah, it's exciting, right, Anna? I know, I hear you. Everything with mass is exciting. So, Christian, what else would you, let's reminisce for just another minute or two. What else were wins and potentially, lessons from the year?
Those are the biggest ones. And there's quite a few wins, and like I don't even know where to start with that, because I feel like there's way more wins than losses. But those are the ones that are most relevant to the audience that I think that are watching right now.
Yeah. And a lot of people are going to see this moving forward, and our audience is going to grow a lot this year. So this might be the first video that people see from us in the next coming couple weeks, This might be someone's introduction to our company.
Top down is also a big win. And then so I got really sick the last 2 weeks, and I think that was
3 weeks.
It seemed like a loss, but that was a win overall, because I started feeling better. I'm still not 100%, but I started feeling better yesterday. And today when I came into the office, I was like, oh, I feel good. I feel like I want to work. I feel like I want to get things done. And I felt like I had to slow down a bit. So why I share this with you is because if you are working hard to build your business and like get things done, you will definitely, I thought I couldn't burn out, but I did. And so I worked hard all year, and even to the point where I didn't take any vacations. I didn't go out of town. I didn't do anything crazy.
You worked on vacation once too, which is even probably worse than not going out of town.
And I definitely felt it at the end of the year. And I literally, like, my body couldn't handle it. I had to stop.
It made him stop.
It made me realize a lot about my health too. Like, if you're an online entrepreneur, there's a lot of stagnation. There's a lot of sitting at the computer. There's a lot of health neglect. And I realized that, without having health, you don't have a business. So the health is definitely a priority, or top of the mountain. So, as we progress in 2024, one of my things is focus on us, what we build with our business and then have everybody else that we're working with do their thing and be responsible for what they do.
Yeah.
I can't be responsible for everyone because that affects my health. And as much as I want to help people, I just can't do it. And
Not
the
to that extent.
yeah, not to how we were burning it down last year.
Mm-hmm.
And you know, if you're like that too in your business, it's gonna catch up. So take this as a hopefully you don't get that warning sign like I did because
Don't let it
I
get that
don't
far.
let it get that far. Nip it in
Take
the bud.
Christian's advice. Take care of yourself.
Yeah, take
You can't
not that I wasn't taking care of
anything
myself,
without your
but
health.
I was so focused on business and growing business and like everything else was secondary and business was primary. And now
Yeah.
I realize how much that affected, you know, a lot of things. So good lesson learned. That's a big win through the year. And then now I feel like, you know, in 2024, I feel really good about where we're going and what's coming next.
Oh, boom, honey. Thank you.
Yeah.
And I want to leave everyone with this. You know, this is very true. We underestimate what we can do in a long time and we overestimate what we can do in a short time. And I'm not saying miracles don't happen, but a big mistake that a lot of entrepreneurs make is looking at what's happening around them and then setting like these massive short-term goals, and then when you don't hit them, you lose faith in yourself.
Mhm.
And so my true recommendation, I'm not asking you to limit yourself at all. But what I'm saying is let your long-term vision be big, right? Christian and I have had a $1 million yearly goal for years, but we didn't burn out when we didn't hit it. We were scaling very consistently. So the tortoise and the hare, right? You can look at our growth and it's very consistent, like double each year kind of thing. And then boom, you hit $1 million after a certain amount of time, right? And that might sound slow because I've had friends hit that a lot quicker, but it's worth it, right? And now we're on this projection to scale. And that's when the thing starts going like exponential growth chart. So I just want to encourage you to take these lessons, ground it in, get a daily practice that you can stick with, be very, very consistent, right? Be very, very, very strategic about what you're doing. Take what you learned today and actually implement it. And then focus on it for 30 days and then 60 days and 90. And don't worry if you're not like exploding like the person next to you, because over a few years, you're going to be really solid, ready to go crazy. And that's where we're at right now. And I wouldn't trade that
Yeah.
for anything. And we've had a hard time. We've had hard times. And
We should have hit 7 figures a while back. It was slower, a lot slower than
for sure.
than we thought it was going to go. And also we put in a lot of reps. We put in a lot of work. We hired a lot of coaches. I think at this point we've invested about 300,000 or something in coaching.
Yeah.
And so like to take that long to do it was not what we thought would happen. It's not what we thought would happen. But here's the thing. Now we have all of that under our belt and we're about to scale this business on a, you know, at a rapid pace now. So
I remember the exact moment that I declared making $1 million. It was actually in 2016.
Yep.
I was walking at a park with my dad. I remember specifically the moment. Remember those moments. And if you haven't declared it yet, declare it now and make a moment. Right? I had a moment and it was like, wow, that's going to be crazy. I'm going to make $1 million. My life didn't always look this way. And so over the past couple weeks, we knew we had hit the million, but we, processed the tracker last night and looked at last month's final numbers and then added it up in the year and then put all the data together and then summed it up in a spreadsheet and like watched that number go over. And it was a moment. That's really important stuff.
Yeah, pretty magical
really
stuff.
important. And it's really, really, really great to celebrate it. And I just want you guys to know that, even if you haven't scaled as fast as you want to get back to that long-term vision and to recommit to the long-term vision and recommit to a yearly goal that feels really good to you, right? And you got this. And we're so grateful to be a part of your journey. You have no idea. We're so grateful for every moment that you spend tuning into us, connecting with us, working with us, investing yourself through us. We are so honored to serve you. It's been an absolute blast last year. Really cool to sum it up. And already, like, on to the next, right? Who's coming with us next year? Throw us some fireballs in the chat if you're excited to be a part of what we're doing together, because big movement. This is a
Yep.
family. So thank you. And who's with us? Where are we headed? Let's freaking
I
go.
love it. I love it. Okay, let's cut this one and we'll come back and we'll do updates.
All right. We'll see you guys on the next one.
Bye.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
Bye.